I want to tell you about a case that I'm working currently. So I had worked with this family about a year ago, and we had gotten things to a place that felt sustainable. And then they reached out again a couple of months ago because the dog was having such an intense problem with visitors that they were no longer able to have people in their home. And this was a significant and intense deviation from the baseline. The dog had always been one to sort of take his time, keep a little bit of space, slower to warm up. It was one of those things where, previously, could we have done more work there? Yes. Did we need to for this dog's life? No. But now that had shifted. And anytime we see a sudden, intense increase in escalation of a stress response, particularly without an external event or shift driving that, we should be thinking about pain. And so in our first session back together, I absolutely brought up we should investigate how your dog is feeling in his body. And this is a spot where I think a lot of people get confused. They think, oh, we're investigating pain in the body, so we don't need to do behavior therapy until we figure out if it's this physical pain or this a behavioral concern. But actually, we want to do both at the same time. Because although I strongly suspected this dog was experiencing pain in his body, he was also experiencing increased emotional distress because of it, or as part of it. At least I suspected. So as we were going through the somewhat lengthy process of figuring out what was going on with the dog physically, making vet appointments, doing blood work, waiting for those results, starting a pain medication trial, waiting for that pain medication to be delivered, we made a ton of progress with this dog behaviorally. We amplified safe spaces for him in the home. We worked on social skill building. We worked on emotional change. We worked on increasing agency. We worked on empowering him to move away and engage in self-regulating behaviors. And by the time we got to doing a pain medication trial for him, we had already tangibly increased what the humans were able to do in their day-to-day life. The humans at that point were already able to start having visitors in the home again for short periods. We're already able to start taking walks with friends again with the dog. We're already seeing significantly lowered stress responses to noises outside of the home. And then as the pain medication has taken effect, we've seen another huge jump forward in all of those areas. And so if we had delayed behavior therapy, we would have also delayed the skill building, the emotional change, the increased sense of safety and agency. We would have significantly slowed down the timeline, and that would have impacted everyone's quality of life and the sustainability of this case.